You know, we tend to think of innovation as this magical thing, right? Like you're just waiting for a lightning strike of genius. Well, today, we're going to flip that idea on its head. We're going to reframe the leader not as some kind of passive artist, but as an active architect, someone who actually designs and builds the future, brick by deliberate brick. So let's get into that blueprint. We all love the story of the eureka moment, don't we? That sudden flash of inspiration that changes everything. But is that really how great companies do it, time and time again? Is it all just a random roll of the dice? Or is there a system, a deliberate process for building what comes next? And really, that question gets right to the heart of what we call the innovation imperative. Because in the world we live in now, which is moving so fast, systematically building new things isn't just a nice to have for growth, it's an absolute requirement for survival. Look, at the end of the day, every company faces this choice. You can go down the reactive path, kind of just waiting for the market to tell you what to do, which, let's be honest, almost always leads to stagnation and irrelevance. Or you can choose the innovative path, proactively creating the change that leads to real growth and market leadership. The message here is so simple. You either build the future or you get left behind by it. This is where we land on the core concept, strategic innovation. Now, I want you to really focus on two words here, disciplined and systematic. See, this isn't about chaos or random brainstorming sessions with sticky notes everywhere. It's a structured, repeatable process that's designed to create valuable new things that actually push the company's big, long-term vision forward. It's innovation with a real purpose. So if innovation is a process, what does that process actually look like? This is where we move from the what to the how. We're about to lay out the actual blueprint for turning a fuzzy idea into a tangible reality. All right, here it is, the core blueprint. It all starts with step one, identify. And this means finding a real, painful customer problem, not just some minor annoyance. Then you move to step two, develop, where you quickly build a prototype of a potential solution. Now, the most critical part, and where so many people go wrong, is step three, validate. This is not about asking people in a focus group if they like your idea. No way. It's about testing if your solution actually solves the problem for them in a real-world situation. Only after you get that validation do you earn the right to move to step four, scale, and take your proven concept to the wider market. And remember, this is not a straight line. It's a loop of learning, tweaking, and refining. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Following that four-step blueprint once is fantastic, but how do you make it happen again and again and again? How do you make sure that innovation isn't just a one-hit wonder, but becomes the standard way you do business? And that brings us to our final and, honestly, our most critical section, building the engine. This is where we go from a one-time project to a reliable, repeatable business practice that consistently churns out results. This is the whole ballgame. So, this innovation engine, it's built on four key pillars. First, you have to have a supportive and curious culture, where failure is treated like a tuition payment for a lesson learned, not a reason to get fired. Second, you need dedicated resources. And I'm not talking about spare change and what's left over on a Friday afternoon. I mean protected time, a real budget, and your best people. Third, you need that clear, repeatable process we just laid out, so everybody knows the rules of the game. And finally, you need metrics to actually measure success that go beyond just revenue. Things like adoption rates or customer delight, so you actually know what's working and where to double down. If you're missing any one of these, the whole engine is just going to stall out. Okay, so what is the big takeaway here for you as a leader? Well, it all boils down to this fundamental shift in your mindset, a total change in how you see your role. This right here is the ultimate takeaway. You have to stop being a gambler, just passively sitting at the table hoping for a lucky idea to strike. You have to become the architect. You take active control. You design the blueprint, you assemble the right materials, and you intentionally build a system that creates the future. That right there is the true essence of strategic innovation. So I'll just leave you with this question. Now that you have the blueprint, and you understand that innovation is a science you can actually master, not some mysterious art you have to wait for, what will you architect next?